Hello again, welcome to the Daily Templar Report and your host and guest presenter Jim Dowson. How are yous all? I hope my American friends have had a good Thanksgiving yesterday and you are refreshed today and inspired to continue on. It's nice to spend time with the families, although we're not allowed to in this country because we've now entered total lockdown again. You know, it's crazy, driving folk mad. They're letting you out for a week then locking you down again. That's what's going on all across our country. So I'm fed up with it. I'm sure all the Brits watching here and the Irish, they're the same. We're all fed up with it. It's getting stupid. I mean, does it really make a difference if you're out 1 week and then the next week? And the average age of all the people who have died in the UK and Britain, UK and Ireland, is between 82 and 84. Seriously. If we just looked after our old people, everybody could go on with their lives normally. But instead of that, they're destroying the country because it's nothing to do with the virus. I think you'd have to be very stupid not to believe that now. I think we've seen exactly where we are, and that's what it is. Now, I've seen a good brother in there. What's his name? Florence. Mr. Is it Flory or Florence? Can't remember. But anyway, he joined up the other day. And we've sorted that wee thing out for you, so that'll be returning to you very shortly, brother. But good stuff, and welcome on board. Who's in the room? Good Jim Young, Sean Smiley, God bless you, Lady Arthur, she's in as well. Colette Whitney, good Colette. Miss Sherry B, Antonio Rebello, Andy McBride. Andy, I hope your health's okay. You're going too fast, brother. I'm no past there yet. Where are you? I was up at Andy. Where are we? No, you're way. No, we're further up, mate. That's it there, Andy McBride there. Ralph Rowley, Colette Whitney, how you doing, Colette? Stuart Bowden, Stephen Spanner, don't know what happened to him. Jonathan Bodine and his good lady. Your flag's going to be here soon, Jonathan. Hold on. Gary Hardwick. Who else we got? Joseph Torselli. That's Big Joe from Glasgow. I know him. Bartley Burker, how you doing, Bartley? Let's see, scrolling a wee bit yet. Where are we? Seeing him. Okay, Robert Erickson. Yes. Freaking A. How you doing? Wes Stover. Les Androchovich. Nice to see you. Henrik Johansson. Lady Matriarch's there. Let me see who else is there. Randy. Good fella. Randy Malaspina. How you doing? And your family. Jacob Lewis as well. God bless you. Christopher Strid. God bless you, sir. Philip Milne. Still stuck in Florida. Lucky so-and-so. Although I'm quite sure you're demented now, brother. You've been there a while, have you know? Okay, who else have we got? Yep, I've seen all of them. I've seen them. Michael McGuffin, Paul Telford there in sunny Liverpool. Malcolm Cook, Telepathic Swan, EMS Rejuvenation, Mr. Machocha. Bruce Samuelson, Anglo-Saxon, these are all welcome. John Mallory, John Van Aken, how you doing, my friend? James Relf, Stuart Duncan, Joseph Taylor, Templar Guard, good old Templar Guard. Joseph Florence, that's the brother I was talking about, a new brother there, welcome him on board. Nick, how you doing, Nick? Brian Payton, I think we're coming to the end, yeah, near enough, yep. S. Darling, nice to see you, and what a shambles. Yes, and Henrik Johansson. Real Life and Andy McCoy, God bless you. Les Anson as well, God bless. Greg Howarth, I haven't seen you for a while. Gary Hardwick, Greg Howarth, God bless each and every one of you. Okay, let's proceed, folks. A wee bit out the Proverbs again. Oh, wonderful one for you today. Listen to this. Where is it? They have the social workers round. Proverbs 29 verse 15. The rod and reproof give wisdom, but a child left to himself bringeth his mother shame. Oh, how true is that? So the rod of reproof, that means physical punishment. Yes. So physical punishment gives wisdom, but a child left to himself bringeth his mother to shame. Oh, never a truer word spoke. I've had many a brush snapped over me by my old mother and my granny. I've been battered black and blue and it done me no harm at all. I've been thoroughly and roundly thrashed on many occasions. And thank you, old grandmother, and thank you, mother, for putting the rod of correction to the seat of learning, as they say. And that's sometimes the only way a child can learn, when you apply the rod of correction to the seat of learning. Then we make some progress. Amen. No problem. Not enough. Not enough of it nowadays. That's the problem. Not enough of it. And look how our young people are turning out. Oh, terrible. But that's where we are, folks. I don't know what else to say, but you're not allowed. In Scotland, I think they've made it illegal. You go to jail now for being smacking your child. Ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. Yeah. Spare the rod, it says, and spoil the child. Remember that? Spare the rod, spoil the child. Very true. Amen, Andy. You know the score, Andy. You know. Andy, let me just thank you very much. Because you know Andy McBride's a great man. He took me to, there used to be the best chip shop in the world in my hometown of Airdrie. And it shut down. And I was demented because I couldn't get a good special fish. Now in Scotland, we eat haddock, the English eat cod, we eat haddock, but we eat it breadcrumbed. Oh yes, not covered in batter, breadcrumbed, and it's like bright orange and crispy. I couldn't get it. 10 years, I pulled my hair out and I thought, well, that's the end of that. It's the end of an era. Part of my being has suffered. And Andy took me to his chippy, Aldo's or something like that, in Lanark, the place where William Wallace attacked the English. And they must be family or something to the people I knew. And there in that chip shop, I had the same type of fish. And every time I'm in Scotland to this day, I travel about 50 miles detour to go to that chip shop to get a breaded fish supper with big pickles made of Gold Star pickles from Glasgow and a couple of big bags of beetroot. Aye, Andy. So thank you very, very much indeed for introducing me to that most wonderful place. I do like a fish supper. I like foreign food and all that, but you can't beat a fish supper. It's fish and chips. It's very British and I love it. Right, today, what we're going to show first, brother, this video. Oh, wait, just have a wee look at this video brother's going to put on here now. Have a look at this. It's quite disturbing, but see what you think.
Good morning. Today we choose to recognize, honor, love, and celebrate anyone here who would claim their identity publicly as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, or questioning, intersex, pansexual, asexual, or any category that I've left out.
This is Phoenix.
You're a little shy. Do you want to tell everyone if you're a boy or a girl?
I just want to tell them that I'm a girl.
Okay, you can tell them that.
Okay. Phoenix would like you to know that she's a girl and she prefers she and her pronouns.
This way. May you be well, safe, and whole. We honor you exactly as you are.
Well, what do you think of that? As Mr. Griffin says, fetch the millstones. Do you know, it's so disturbing. But read this. Why don't you read this? The mother has come out. One of the mother of these kids has come out. Look, watch this. Look at this. Read this. There you go. So, no doubt this mother's horrified that her boy has decided that he's a boy and would like to continue as a boy. Shocking stuff, eh? Imagine it. No, seriously, the world went mad. A boy who wants to be a boy. What next? What next? Countries away to dogs. Men want to be men. Women want to be women. Good grief. Is there no decency in the land anymore? Oh, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But this is what they're doing. They're trying to destroy society with this stuff. But you know, you look at all these women there, and I've just been reading a thing today by John Knox, the great Scottish reformer, called, and I want you to take a wee note of this and go and look at it, The First Blast of the Trumpet Against the Monstrous Regiment of Women. And John Knox wrote a treatise in 1558 or something against allowing women into positions of power because of their cruelty, their vainness, and basically their madness. And I think I read that somewhere else before. Let me think about it. Let me think. Where is it now? Oh, aye! It's in Genesis, the Bible, about Eve bringing death upon all men through her disobedience, wickedness, arrogance, and all the rest of it. You know, I love women. My mother was one. I'm married to one. and I have 2 daughters, 4 sisters. I love women. But the Bible is very clear about who should have control of the levers of power. And it's as simple as that. And if you look at most of the evil and the madness and the lunacy that's going on right now in Western society, it's normally a woman behind it. I'm sorry. Now, obviously that's nothing to do with the ladies on here, because our ladies are solid and they might agree. But that's what it is. Look at Nancy Pelosi, all these lunatic women who are running about the place. They're causing chaos. And I think the finest piece of work on it, it was actually by John Knox. If you read that, the first blast of the trumpet against the monstrous regiment of women, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a fantastic piece of work. And it was wrote 500 years ago, almost 500 years ago. It could have been wrote yesterday or last week. It's absolutely fantastic. So have a look at that. Yep, it says very good. But have a wee read and come back to me. But women have been weaponised. That's what's happened. Women have been weaponised. The American African community have been weaponised. The LGBT lobby have been weaponised. Everybody's been weaponised. Why? Why do you weaponise things? Because you want to attack and you want to destroy. Who do you want to attack and want to destroy? You want to attack and destroy you, me, and people like us. Christians, white, European, mainly Christians, but not just us, because they're attacking the African countries as well. They're attacking the Asian countries. So people who worship the one true living God are the target. Don't ever forget it. Don't ever forget it. So that's it, and it's the way it is. So we have to really gird our loins and see what's going on. So, I don't know. It's quite disturbing. Now, before I go on, is Scott Rash in the room? I've never seen him. He'll be ever so annoyed he missed it. Right, okay, you know we've been pushing this. Get a link up, brother, for the sword. We'll get a link up and out, and while we're doing that, I'll get this thing out. So you know the sword, you've seen the sword, the full tang, that's a technical term, that means it's one piece of metal, full tang, the leather with a wire around it, it's absolutely stunning, eh? Look at it, what a beautiful piece of work. This is the sword with the cross in the bottom of the scabbard. There we go, real sword, not a joke sword, not a larper sword, not a pretend sword, a real battle ready high carbon steel sword. You can chop a horse in half with this thing. Let me put it back in there before I do myself a mischief. And I was doing this for Scott Rash, but I've suddenly remembered I promised everybody yesterday for Thanksgiving I would get the belt out, because I know you all love the belt and you make fun of me. But anyway, you can't make fun of yourself. It's not a good day. Look at this. This is the belt contained in this wrapping. Now, can I even get out the wrapping? Wait a minute. Oh, it's all tied up in sellotape. Good grief. Wait a minute here. I'm going to have to try and slither it out. Wait a minute. Right, that's it. I've got it going now. Brother, techie brother, you're laughing at me. You're having to put it back in this. You couldn't get that back in there. It's absolutely ridiculous. I can't even get out the wrapping. Wait a minute. This is getting messy. Oh, dear me. Look at these things, these tentacles coming off it now. Wait a minute. It won't even come out its packaging. Disobedient thing. It's honestly got a life of its own. Look at it. How did they even wrap that up in there? Them Spanish are clever fellas. Right, let's see now. Right, we've got it. It's been laid bare and naked. Dowson has been victorious. Look at this thing. With all the crosses round it. Can you see it? It's incredible, isn't it? Right. What these bits are all for, I don't really know, but it goes round you sort of like this. Does anybody know how this works? And it sort of, there's no buckles on it as such. Well, there is one. Why is there a buckle on it? There's no pinholes. Something like this, isn't it? Something. What's this bit for then? And there's a buckle bit here, so where the earth does that go? See, I don't understand this. I've got to get this put on. What? Oh, there's another one here. Alright, so this goes through here, doesn't it? Right, I've got it now. So it goes through something like this. You've got your cross and everything here. Right. Don't know what this bit does. I think that just hangs down generally. I don't really know, but there we are. So, Scott Rash, you missed it. But I'm not an expert with this. People have got to put this on me when I go to ceremonies, because I'm really not sure about it. But that comes with the sword. Look, very, very good quality leather. With all the crosses on it. All these other dangly bits. I'm quite sure there's technical and knightly terms for them. I do apologise that I'm a very poor a very poor night, and I don't really know the names of them all. Oh, I tell you what, but I know the smell it. Oh, lovely. But there we go, that's that contraption. I need to put it out of the way because I'll fall over it. And that all goes in conjunction with the sword. And away you go. So I don't know, did we get a link up, brother? There's a link up there. Try and get these because we've got them in stock. And this is the official Lionheart sword. Very vicious and dangerous weapon. But your best friend in a crisis. And guess what? No ammunition needed. No ammunition needed. That never runs out. Don't need to change the clip. As long as you go, it goes. Look at the state of this place now. Good grief. Look at all this. Look. Paper everywhere. Oh, the cleaners will be on to me tomorrow. Wrecked the studio. Anyway, that's it. So, I want to read you a wee story here. Coming out of, where is this? This is a crazy story. This is a crazy story. So, some boffin, there's no doubt, come up with this. But listen, see what you think. The astonishing truth of how infections trick us into spending more time socialising, thus spreading the germs. Can viruses, such as the one that causes COVID-19, attack our brains and change our behaviour, therefore prolonging the outbreak? There's a proposition I lay before you. That is a suggestion from US researchers, probably in Los Angeles I'd imagine, who say that the coronavirus may be manipulating the behaviour of infected people, sometimes even before they show symptoms, so they become more sociable. The theory is that the diseases do this to maximise their spread and survival. Researchers from the State University of New York, nearly as bad as LA, at Albany explained how the COVID virus could be changing the behaviour of those it infects to make them more likely to pass it on to others. One idea is that it might do this in the incubation period when people are infected but show no symptoms, so they are more likely to socialise. The researchers suggest the virus may act on an area of the brain called the anterior cingulate cortex, ACC for short, which is involved in social behaviour and emotional regulation. By manipulating the ACC instead of observing distancing rules, people would be drawn to gather socially together, they wrote in the journal Medical Hypotheses. Greg Towers, a professor of molecular virology at the University College London, said the theory was daft. Let me tell you something. You didn't have to go to this University College of London to get a professor to say it was daft. Ask that my next door neighbour who's 83-year-old. She'd tell you it was daft. Ask anybody in this chat, will tell you it's daft. You're bonkers. You're away with the fairies. Away with the mixer. But, you know, we're publicly funding these crackpots and they come out with this. I mean, seriously, should they not be busy looking for a cure for cancer? Or, hold on, a cure for COVID? Oh no, that's right. It's not real. So, you can't cure something that's not real. It's unbelievable. Well, COVID is real, but it's not the deadly thing that people are trying to make out. I watched a programme last night about the 1918 Spanish flu. Oh my goodness, that was scary. Oh dear me, that was scary. People were dropping dead and, you know, young. It affected mainly the young and healthy, not the old. Did you know that, brother? Yeah, the old people were fine. It was the young people, both dropping dead. And just after that documentary, I watched a thing of the Great Plague of London, 1666. Ooh, that was scary. 50% mortality rate. People, whole families getting wiped out within a week, whole districts dead. Yeah, dead. Everybody dead. So stuff like that, yep, that's the time to start wearing several pairs of underpants a day. COVID, don't make me laugh. Utter ridiculous nonsense. So very, very scary. Very scary indeed. The Black Death, you don't want that. That's very dangerous. Oh, what? I mean, this is what they're trying to paint COVID as. It's nothing like it. We are not stepping over piles of bodies lying in the streets. That's what they were doing during the Spanish flu, and that's what they were doing certainly during the Black Death, the plague. You know, in the first plague, 1300s, a third of Europe died. The second plague, about a quarter of Europe died. This is serious stuff. The Spanish flu killed about, I don't know, in Europe, 20, 30 million people. You know, a big difference. This is not COVID. But they're showing you these documentaries at night to freak people out with the COVID. Well, it didn't make a difference to me, but I'm just very glad I didn't live in the 1300s or the 1600s, because that would have freaked me out. That is scary stuff. But maybe that's why people were so religious then, because they knew their life hung by a thread, and you could be gone at any time. Maybe so. I don't know. Oh, why? And remember, Niall McConnell from Sean the Heron is live at 7 p.m. on the YouTube and on the Purge. Did we ever fix the Purge? Is the Purge working now? Aye. Is Jada Franson broadcasting tonight as well? I'm not sure. She could be. So Jada and Niall are on after this, 7 p.m. And please try and give them folk a support. Nothing wrong with nipping in and out each other's pages. But get on, see big Niall McConnell there at Sean the Heron. He's a good big fella. We're very friendly with Niall, and we're very friendly with Jada because they're good, solid patriots. And remember what we're reading out of James? They are doers of the word, not just hearers. Nothing more frustrating for people like us who put a lot of time and effort into people to try and make them all they can be. If they just are hearers of the word, not doers. These people are doers, not just hearers. So fair play to them. We salute them. God bless them and try and support them. Right, I'm going to read a wee bit from the book here. This book, as I said before, with no idea. I'm going to get it naked, right? I'm going to get it naked because I think naked it's even more beautiful. Wait a minute. Let me get this cover off. There we go. It's a beautiful cover as well, isn't it? But look, folks, look at this. You see it? Oh, look at this. And the actual quality of the binding. Everybody, and I mean everybody, has remarked, what a spectacularly well-made book, because it's made in a kind of college, university press that print a lot of the Roman Catholic Church's material in Europe. So it's not really a commercial thing, but we have some friends who know other friends who know other friends, and thus we had the book printed. And in 200 years' time, that book will be as good as the day it is now. So it's not what you know, it's who you know. And the Templars, we know a lot of people. What have we got here? Oh, Jada is also live. So they're all live. Sean the Heron's live and British Freedom Party's live. But let me just read a bit for this. It's in the chapter. It's page 214, 215. Just who is really LARPing? Now that's in the book because a lot of people call us LARPers. I didn't know what it meant. I says, how dare you, I'm a Presbyterian. But seemingly it's nothing to do with that. LARPing means live action role play. News to me, we don't really have it in Ireland, I don't think. But the type of people these folk, I mean, I know one guy who runs a big online so-called political party, and he reckons he's a really tough guy because he's like level 7 of something wars, what do you call these things? Robot, Call of Duty or something. Seriously, guy, he couldn't fight out a wet paper bag, but he genuinely thinks he's a man, a tough guy, because he's high up in Call of Duty online games. That is what our youth has become. Imbeciles. A gust of wind would blow this fellow over. But anyway, him and people like him, many like him, think we're LARPers because we wear robes, we wear swords, and we wear berets, and we have these sort of strange ceremonies with chanting and all that stuff in churches at the dead of night. They think we're LARPers. Let me tell you something. There's nothing like us. We are utterly and absolutely deadly serious. And I mean deadly serious, as some Syrians would have told you at some point in their very short existence. But anyway, let's have a look at this. So I'm in here on page 214. The very first essay in this collection explains our motives and methods in working with and providing organisational training and spiritual guidance for right-wing militias and in various countries. So this subject needs no further elaboration here, for obvious reasons. Where legal, they wear uniforms, but again, it would take a brave, if not foolhardy, cynic to come out of behind his anonymous keyboard and accuse us and our friends of being LARPing. Oh, they'd never say it to a real Templar, I can tell you that. Well, some idiot might say it, but I wouldn't say it again. We travel to and operate in genuine frontline conflict zones. Our flag and our muscular Christian ethos have been on display with British, American and European volunteers in the bloody fighting against Islamic State forces in Iraq and various other places in that theatre of operations. We have visited Serbian Christian settlements and monasteries clinging on under a 24-hour armed guard in the Islamic-occupied Kosovo. While there, we also donated money to buy pumps for wells dug by Christian fathers to supply their children's schools with water after the jihadi authorities cut off the water mains. We have had our men arrested while taking considerable quantities of non-lethal military aid to Serbian volunteers in northern Kosovo. Myself being one of those said people arrested. Despite the resulting delay, we were pleased to deliver all the kit to the besieged Christian minority: bulletproof vests, GPS devices, night vision kits and high-powered two-way radios that had been requested by the organisers of their security patrols. And that's exactly what we supplied to these true heroes of Christendom's most precarious frontline. And how did we do that? It was all thanks to the generous donations by the Templar brethren all over the world. By the way, that's you, and thank you, and God bless you. I don't mind. I'll do the hard lifting, I'll do the heavy lifting, I'll do the donkey work, I'll dodge the bullets, I'll get thrown in jail. I don't mind. It's my job. But I can't do it unless you help us. If you buy the kit, I'll take it wherever it needs to go. How's that for a deal? Anytime, no problem at all. That's what we're here for. So thank you for making all this stuff happen. With most of our key figures having been arrested, prosecuted, and even jailed for a variety of strictly political and free speech offences, we are constantly on the lookout for patriots, traditionalists, and Christians being persecuted and jailed for their beliefs. We know what like it is. So therefore, we have given both moral and practical support to such individuals in a growing number of countries, and we will always strive to do so, remembering the words of our Lord in Matthew 25, verse 35. I was in prison, and you came to me. And we do that. We have helped prisoners in lots of countries throughout Europe. We've helped families. We've even hidden families who were under jihadi death threat and their own government said they couldn't guarantee their safety. We took them under our wing and we guaranteed their safety, and they're safe, and they're still safe. Because we put them in areas guarded by Templar people and by friends of Templars, heavily armed people, even in Belfast, and they were safe. The jihadis couldn't get to them. They had to have to go through 500 men to get to them. So we do that. We make no apologies for it. And let me tell you, that's not LARPing. And these idiots and these fools who are online, who accuse Templars of LARPing, don't know what they're talking about. However, there are an awful lot of LARPers. I have seen many, many Templar groups in Britain. I've seen many Templar groups in America who are nothing more, at best, LARPers, at worst, scam artists and con men who are taking people's money, and they're not real orders. There is one real, genuine Knights Templar order in the planet. There always has been. There always was. And there always will be. It's the Knights Templar International. And I am broadcasting on their behalf to you. That's it. Anybody tells you any different, they're lying to you. And some of the other fairly big Templar groups, there's two in particular, both of them are in with the United Nations. How on earth how could you class yourself as genuine and real if you're in the United Nations? And they're pro-LGBTQ+. They're actually pro-Islam. And they open up dialogue with Islam. We don't want dialogue with anybody. We want dialogue between us and the one true living God and his dear son, Christ Jesus. That's it. Period. Underline. Ding. Full stop. No need to talk to anybody else. What's the point? So, I see somebody there, Stephen Harris. Who's that? I will contact Jim. I have important information for you. Stephen, if it's telling me who the Illuminati are, or anything similar to that, don't bother. And if you do tell me the information and it's something like that, well, if you give me a solution, I'll read it. If not, I won't read it. So, just to put you know, because every single day people contact me and tell me, did you know the Queen Elizabeth's actually a space being or a lizard? I'm not saying you've got that, brother, but just be careful, because I'm a bit tetchy with that kind of stuff, because I get it all the time. The amount of stuff people find that a threat sent to me, it's just crazy. Dustin McGuire, there's a good man. There's a true son of America. What a man. Decent man, godly man, lovely man. And I've spent a lot of time with Dustin abroad in Poland and whatnot, and I've found him most agreeable. Yes, a very good stand-up man. I would get into battle with him at my side or behind me. No problem at all. And I would feel compelled to go in front of him because he's that good a man and he's got more years in front of him than me. So there you go, Dustin. Absolutely. Some really good people here. Real life. Yep, there's some really good people on this forum. So, you know, I want to also show you, what was I going to show you? I was going to show you these things. Have you got some links for these, brother? This vicious thing. And this vicious thing. I'll show you this first, right? I keep forgetting the name of this. What is this? A Warhammer. Look at this. This is the Warhammer. A lot of folk were asking to see this again because I haven't had it up for a while. Warhammer, solid steel at the bottom. All these bubbly bits here to grip on in case there's blood. It's solid beech. I know my wood, you see. I was going to be a joiner as a kid. Didn't work out. Beech handle. Look at this. Look at the size of that metal strengthener. And up here, a very nasty big hook thing, which is grotesque. This big hammer. And then it's got these spikes on the side, and it's got this big giant spike in the top. This is solid, high carbon steel. And it is a ferocious thing. This is quite good, I think, for people with maybe a lighter frame or woman. Because it's quite light to swing about. It's quite a light implement, but it's not that light, you know. And it's ferocious. It's absolutely brutal, a brutal thing. And then I'll show you this. Now that's very much from the Templar era, and it's been faithfully copied. This is a wee bit different. This is more a kind of more European in flavour, but it was used as well during the Crusading times. This is a war mace. It's a war mace. It's a direct copy from one just a wee bit out of sync, maybe about 70 years out of sync with us, but it's as near as we could get it. And this is solid steel, and these blades are hideous. I cannot tell you, and that's sharp as a razor. That thing up there, it can't break because it's solid steel. This thing again, even as a home defence thing, this is incredible. This weapon. Sadly, if you're in Australia, you can't get it. The Australian government has banned it from entering the country, so they obviously think it's a problem. But this is a ferocious piece of historical weaponry. Absolutely ferocious. But there you go. There's links up there for them. There you go. Avail yourself of them as you wish. These are real. You don't get these down your corner shop or in Walmart. And again, no ammunition is needed. Just a strong heart and a wee bit of strong arm. And it will go on forever. So there we go. Just finishing up. I don't know if I've got time for this last story, but we'll see if we have. We probably have. I'll read quickly. Okay. More than 2,000 adult asylum seekers have been caught lying about their age and pretending to be children. That's the guys with the beards there when they're saying they're 9. I've seen them. It's ridiculous. But we believe it and let them in. More than 2,000 adult asylum seekers arriving in the UK have lied about their age to be processed less harshly in the system as children. Asylum seekers who are genuine child victims of war, terror and humanitarian disaster will have the right to financial help with accommodation up until they're 25. What lovely, stupid people the British truly are, or the elites who run us are. Those who are over 18 will still receive state funding if their application for asylum is successful. If a refugee does not have a birth certificate or other travel document, a Home Office screening officer must decide whether or not they are a child based on their physical appearance and demeanour. On some occasions, it meant adults were treated as children, potentially posing a risk to school pupils, foster families or children in care. Last month, a school pupil who claimed by parents of other pupils to look 40, they said this guy looks 40 years old, was placed in a school by local authorities in Coventry. The school pupil, who is said to have moved to Britain from West Africa, was claimed by parents to have a receding hairline. The guy's going bald, he's that old. The City Council had to write to parents to reassure them about the situation, and the school said it had been able to verify the pupil's age but did not explain how. Home Office statistics show Afghanistan, Eritrea and Sudan had the most adult asylum seekers claiming to be children in 2020. Now, on a serious note, I've actually seen a news report on this, and one guy, is this them? Yeah, we'll show you some pictures. Have a look at this. These guys are meant to be 12. Crazy. What do you make of that? They look about 10, 11, 12 max. Yep. There was a team came over from Iran once to play the Scottish youth team, under 17s, and every single one of them had a beard like this. They looked like jihadis. And it turned out they were all in their late 20s, and they beat Scotland, funny enough. But you wouldn't have seen it. It was ridiculous. They were saying, no, this guy's actually 16. He's 6'2", about 200 pounds and a beard out there. It was ridiculous. But that's what we're up against. But it's not them that is stupid. It's us. It's our authorities that are stupid for allowing this gross abuse of our system to go ahead and be unchallenged because they're so frightened of being called racist. It's nonsense. But we're paying for it. The taxpayers of Britain and over in America, it's the same. And it's the same all over the Western world. We're all paying for this. So these people can be stupid as they want. We pick up the bill. It's terrible. How you doing, Karen and Sharon? How you feeling today? A wee bit, still a wee bit rough? thoughts and prayers were, I was having a wee time of prayer last night and remembered he's in them. So, that'll get better. That'll get better. Right, well, that's all from me. Remember this good book. The bad news is we've very little left. We had no idea we were going to sell as many of these. So we have 8 or 9 boxes left. That is it. We won't get a print run again into New Year. So if you want one of these, you better get them quick. I think our brother will stick the link up. But we had no idea they're going to go like this. We had no idea. And they've been flying out. Once we get rid of the backlog, which was significant, again, thank you for being patient, we found we weren't left with that many. So we don't have that many left, maybe a couple of hundred max, and there's some orders in for them and spoken for, because organisations now are buying them by the box load. There was a guy down here at the Priory 2 nights ago, he took 4 boxes away when he sold them. Bang, sold them to his own organisation. So we are struggling. So if you want one of these, please don't be disappointed. Get it now. The link is there. You'll not look back. Well, that's all from me. I'm going to be with you, DV, on Sunday with the Templar Sunday service. We're doing a very good study in Proverbs and what it means to you and what you can take out of it. I hope you would join me then. Not only that, I would hope you would invite your family and friends to come and join the Templar service, because we're a family, we love one another. Let's bring some more other people in and let's show them what the Templars are all about and how they could fit in and be a part of our little world. But it's not so little, we're worldwide. Let's show them that there's people that have not all went mad. There's still people who love one another, who care for one another, and there is an organisation that is fully organised and experienced in everything the world or life can throw us. We've seen it all before. In 900 years, believe me, there ain't nothing we ain't seen before, believe me. So keep the faith, and I wish you all the best, and I hope you have a lovely, lovely Friday with your family and a lovely weekend, and I will see you, if God spares me, on Sunday on the Sunday Templar service. And until then, remember, stick close to God. You won't go far wrong. Dus Vault.